So first I'm gonna,
Live streaming is on.
Hello.
first of all, I'm gonna link here
Ay, where's my...
the launch plan.
Just a minute.
Here. So do we want to copy and paste the priority list, Jay, and put it in the notes? Or the launch plan, the timeline? What do you think? Jay, should we copy and paste the priorities list, or do we want everybody going to the link? Hello, Jay, you there?
I don't...
I was on mute. Sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
We can hear.
Yes. So I think it's fine just to go into the launch plan unless we need to like update things or whatever. I mean, I don't know.
No.
Whatever's fine either way. But I'm just going through our goals. So we have we already set up most of the sponsorship proposal, although we do want to update it. We have most of our identity completed.
Right.
We're getting the website very close.
Yeah.
Plan for keeping clients.
It's more than 55. What do you think?
Our goals could be updated a little better, but they're definitely there. So the launch plan itself, obviously, we have a list of all the minimum things we need to do to launch. We want to make sure our client work is in order with our contracts. We have our priorities list, which we're going to go through. We have sessions basically every day of the week at this point. And here's our updated timeline. You can see here in the launch plan, we have week 1, which is this week. January 26th to February 2nd, we want to really prioritize, our workflow, making sure it's clear what we're working on week by week, making sure we're moving forward with the website on the services, the multimedia plan, and getting the website kind of like the two over on the website for the front page and pick some language for the website. So anyways, our overall goal this week is to prepare the website and the multimedia plan and basically just make sure that we're on top of our workflow dynamics. And then week 2 for week after this one, we want to really get into finalizing the website, getting our donation link set up, our profiles finalized, make sure our schedule is working, and finalize all our multimedia. So I mean, some of this I feel like we could do in week 1. So if we can move everything forward a week would be great. All right. So then week 3 is mainly finalizing our identity and logo and everything. And then week 4, we are just basically trying to get final agreement on the website and like actually launch. So, which includes our advertising campaigns and videos and everything like that. So anyways, like that's the plan. It's not that complicated as far as like work goes, but if everybody wants to know about that, in terms of our launch priorities, this basically updates all the priorities based on score. So we have, each category in priority work. We have about 31 responsibilities, and then we have the percentage complete that each one is on. And also, most importantly, we have who is working on what and when it's going to happen, whether it's going to be like a session or a topic or something like that. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that is pretty much it.
Yeah.
So we definitely made some progress on the launch plan. It got a lot more organized with the management. So thank you, Alberto, for stepping up on that and prioritizing it with me.
Yeah.
Because before we were kind of all over the place and we weren't putting enough time in. So, the most important thing is, of course, basically we want to try to get 3 work sessions in per week, or 2 to 3 per week. And we've scheduled 3. And then we have our main session review on Thursdays. So it's Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, work session. And then Thursdays are the review main session for our weekly work.
Right. If we can can keep this workflow for sure. It's gonna be scheduled. We can definitely be able to launch in February.
I don't
Now-
actually see the work and review schedule. I'm going to add that here, but see Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So, any questions on anything, or
Well, work session works. Yeah.
any questions on anything?
No question so far.
All these are Andromeda Hour 2, which is the same time as today.
Yeah.
And then as far as specifically for Moth, you just basically look at the list of priorities. You decide
Yes.
what you would be interested in working on, and then you just let us know. Obviously, you should choose multiple priorities, like at least 2, 3, 4, so that we can make sure you get assigned something that is that you can work on.
Okay. Let me have a look and let me see.
You can just let us know on Discord or later on in the section or whatever.
Can you see,
Okay.
Mas, the tab launch priorities, right?
Yes.
Launch priorities. Do you see the tab in the spreadsheet? Launch priorities.
Yes, I'm there. I'm there.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
column G, there is who is taking responsibility for this. Right?
Okay.
So you can see and yeah, what you want to help out, and let us know.
So let me go through. Let me check and then.
Yeah. You don't need to do it now. Then you let us know on this. All right. So I think this looks good. Anything else on the review of the launch plan, the workflow, the timeline in general? Any questions?
No question so far.
Okay. Great.
So I think we are ready to
The list
go
of session was here before the timeline, by the way. Okay.
right.
The list of sessions, we did that again, but it was here before the timeline, line 33
But it's
in the
not
launch
in
plan.
order, nor is it clear.
No, it's not.
And that's why I redid one that actually makes sense.
Okay, yeah. Get it.
Oh,
All right.
executive session is Cobalt 1, not Andromeda.
Yeah, but I was just covering the SVG work sessions and main session because that's what's applicable for now.
Perfect.
No, because I saw it's written H2, so I'm just correcting that.
Okay, perfect.
All right. So any other questions on the updated launch plan for social value group?
No question so far. No question.
Well, let's put the website here as well, so that's there. Obviously, our main priority is really getting the website ready for launch. But I think it's looking pretty good. So let's go on to the next topic. So the next topic is topic 2, multimedia. You all hear me, or?
Yes, we can hear you.
So for the multimedia, me and Alberto did go over a little bit yesterday. There's definitely some decisions to be made, primarily related to social media priorities, social media platform priorities. policies. With our overall plan, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we did some, but then I mean, I don't think we actually did a plan, right?
No, but you can still link it. But the work you were doing
Yeah.
yesterday. So
Yeah.
I feel
Let
like
me.
the primary question in terms of moving forward is just what we want to do with the social media situation. So, we have the social media policies, and I think we have understanding on the policies. But as far as like setting it up, the main questions are, do we want to focus on just one platform at a time? Or do we want to try to do multiple platforms simultaneously? Yeah, so that's basically the primary question. And then if you choose to do, one or two or three, how many, which ones do we want to actually choose? So that's really the primary goal, the primary question here. So does this have all the things that we went over yesterday?
It has part of the things and part it was in the notes, but there is the plan,
Is it
right?
linked to notes?
There is a plan tab that we created yesterday. That's for sure.
Okay, but the
It's
main thing
important.
we need is the proposals. So do you have the link to the notes here?
To the proposal.
No, the notes with the proposals.
With the proposal, which proposals?
All the options. So we didn't
The
link
one.
the notes, right? You didn't link the notes from yesterday?
No, I'm here in the notes from yesterday. I can link them. Wait.
Yeah, but they should be linked in the notes on multimedia or in the info tab.
Oh yeah, correct. I didn't link this. I'm gonna link.
And if you can also link them to our notes for today, that would be helpful.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
These are the kind of things that you get set up and prepared for before the session, so that we're not all waiting around. All right, so jump into our notes here. I believe it's from yesterday was topic 2, media plan.
Uh-huh.
So basically, the primary question is, I think it's really just option 1, 2, and 3. Like, do we want to do one platform, multiple platforms, 2 platforms, 3 or more platforms? I mean, I think that really is what it comes down to. So I'm gonna hit line 10 here in our notes.
Yeah.
Multimedia. So basically, option number 1 would be a multi-platform strategy where you're doing 3 or more.
We have Moth
Sorry,
and
my power shut it down. Sorry.
Moth and Ate voted as well. So let's see if something changed. No, nothing changed. LinkedIn and Twitter are still first, but LinkedIn now it's 7.5 and Twitter is 6.79, the average.
Okay, cool. So the main question is if you want to do like a multi-platform launch, a single platform launch, a dual platform launch, and the other question is like, do we want our website as a platform? I think that's the only other question here. I think overall, and I think the better question is like, do we want to finish the website first before doing the social media? Okay, so and we can always add more social media later, but at this point the question is, what do we want to add now? And then as we decide to do more, we can certainly do that. But I think the best question would be like, what do we want for before the launch? What
Yeah.
social media do we want before we agree to launch? Right. So the launch
Right.
will be coming in February. And so we can always add more social media later, and we can actually do kind of like mini launches on different social media. But as far as like our first primary launch, where do we want to do that? All right. So that's the primary question here that we're voting on.
Yeah.
And let's just go ahead and jump into the details. I'm just going to copy and paste all of the options. So obviously the website is our #1 priority.
Yeah.
So line 25, I'm putting in all the options here. So again, you basically have the website. You have LinkedIn has a 7.5, and they have Twitter with a 6.79, and then looks like Facebook is number
Now,
4 with a
now
6.71.
over to Google. Yeah.
Okay, so basically, as far as like our primary options go, we're looking at the website, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. So what that would look like is like obviously we're doing the website. So if we just say we're doing the website, there's we already have 1, so adding LinkedIn would be 2, Twitter would be 3, and Facebook would be 4.
Yeah. So first of all, I mean, for me the website is like platform 0, right?
Yeah, for me also. It's not a platform.
The website is the launch. So the launch basically is having the website completed and ready.
Platform. So the question isn't really whether or not we consider it as a platform or not. The question is, do we want to finish the website first before going on to the social media platform? So yes, it's number 0, but in terms of launching and doing the work, do we consider it a platform in the context like until we finish the website, maybe it's better not to go on to, for example, LinkedIn. So anyways, that's a question that we can answer, but the primary question is really, let's get them in order, right? So option number 1 is basically website and LinkedIn. Okay. Option number 2 is website, LinkedIn, and Twitter. So this would be 2 social media. And then option number 3 is website, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook. And this would be 3 social media. Right? So this one would be 1 social media. And then option number 4 would be 4 or more social media. I think those are our options at this point. Because I mean, I can't really think of any other options at this time. I don't see, unless someone wants to. I mean, basically, if we want to do 4 or more, we'd be looking at YouTube, Discord. We already have Discord technically, blockchain, so we can ignore Discord. But yeah, blockchain, YouTube, and other options. Okay, so if we want to try to do more social media, that would basically include like YouTube, etc.
Right. Okay.
So again, we can always do more in the future, but the idea is like, let's get one set up first. And in the context of what this would mean, it's like the website. It's like there's a lot of time and energy that goes into getting the website correct, and then there's also time and energy that goes into updating the website to keep the website current. The same thing would be true with the LinkedIn profile or like a Twitter or whatever. There's a whole process in getting it set up, and there's a process in updating it and doing posts and all that. So, and then managing it and the follow-up. So there's a lot of work that actually goes into each social media profile and updating.
Yeah.
Very similar. So do we want to just go ahead and vote And then the other question is, do we skip ahead of the website and work on social media now? Or do we focus on finishing the website first before social media? That's the other question that we wanted to make sure that we're clear on. So I guess we're voting. So vote option 1, website and LinkedIn only. Option 2, website, LinkedIn, Twitter.
Before the launch. For the launch. For the launch.
Okay. I think that we can, I mean, we should focus on only one social media for the launch, but
This is before the launch.
yeah, before the launch. So by the launch, let's say by the launch, we have one social media set up and everything, one social media platform. But I disagree to wait for the website to be ready to start working on the social media.
Okay, so the other question is, do you agree that the one social media website should be LinkedIn, or do you think we should consider a different one?
For me, LinkedIn is very good for the reason that I already said, that you can target specific. Everybody's there. Everybody's on LinkedIn, and then you can target specific persons, people, right?
For me, Jay, these 3 social media, because if we're planning to advertise later on, it's already warm up, because you should warm up first before you do the advertisements. It's not like you're new and then you advertise immediately. It should be like you should post first, so that
What kind of warm-up timeline do you think there should be?
should be 2 weeks to 1 month.
Okay, so I mean that could be part of our launch, where basically we start our launch with no advertising, so we could just launch, do daily posting, updating,
Yes.
target potential clients. Or for example, we could do a Google Ads campaign that's separate, that just brings people to the social media and the website, and then do ads on social media after a month. So we certainly could start our advertising campaign off of social media.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, sounds good. But we can add that to our.
So, Jay, in my opinion,
No, that's
actually LinkedIn is totally different from Facebook, Twitter, and if we take LinkedIn and Twitter, uh, I don't 1 month, so both can be done.
yeah. Well, I mean, there's no question that we could do more than one. The question is, can we do it well, right? And the I think what Alberto is saying is that he's not against doing Twitter and even Facebook, but I believe our understanding from what I heard Alberto say is that we don't need to do more than just LinkedIn, right? So for our launch, the minimum necessary for agreement on the launch would be to do the LinkedIn, like that's the idea here. And then if we agreed on that, we can always do more, but it's like, let's get LinkedIn set up first. Let's get the LinkedIn management model with all the different responsibilities involved, the follow-up, and the communication, the setup. there's many different options as well to figure out, even just within LinkedIn. And then once that's all set up and we feel like it looks good, then we can easily move on to the next social media platform, which might be Twitter or Facebook.
Yeah, agreed.
But we wouldn't necessarily need to do that because we could already launch within LinkedIn.
Yeah.
So I think that's the general concept of what I'm hearing.
Yeah, exactly. Good.
All right, so let's go ahead and make a proposal and vote here. So proposal. So what I'm hearing in general is this would be a planning proposal. Planning proposal. So this is basically what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
First of all, is that we would focus and start our social media efforts with LinkedIn, right? We would continue work on the website while also starting LinkedIn communications, set up in communications.
Yeah.
And we would ideally give 2 weeks to 1 month of self-posting and external advertising before advertising internally to LinkedIn. And lastly, right, we would not go on to other social media until we have finalized management protocols and management processes and responsibility organizing. All right, so I think that's the proposal.
What do you mean self-posting and external advertising?
Means
So-
the unpaid one, unpaid advertising.
Well, no, it could be paid. So, for example, like let's say we advertise on Google search, right?
Right?
Or some type of like Google Ad campaign. It's external to any social media, and it would bring people into the social media. So when you're trying to, what I heard Joyce say is that with the social media, it's better to be posting and interacting and building a small audience for a couple weeks before you start doing the internal advertising campaign on LinkedIn or Twitter or Facebook. And so
Yes.
it wouldn't matter if you're advertising external to social media because there's no need to. I mean, if it's just a random ad on your search engine, it doesn't really matter that it's not in social media. You know what I'm saying? So you technically could do external advertising from social media.
Right. Okay, now I understand. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, so when I say external advertising, I mean like outside of social media.
Outside the social media.
Yeah.
Got it.
And then we could also do free advertising. We could do Craigslist. We could do other things that that didn't cost anything. Obviously, that would also.
Yes.
Anyway, so this would be the proposal, basically, just to approve our focus on LinkedIn as our primary social media for the launch. Right? And then can do more if we LinkedIn set up. So if we want to do more than LinkedIn, we can. But we're going to focus our efforts with LinkedIn to make sure we don't get overwhelmed with too much social media.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's start with get LinkedIn well set up, and then I agree. If we do it quickly, there's no reason why we shouldn't then get on the other one. But I mean, what's minimum for the launch or before the launch? It's to have at least LinkedIn.
All right. So are there any questions about the proposal?
No questions. No.
Are there any concerns about the proposal?
No, not really. No.
All right. Are there any objections about this proposal?
No objections. No.
All right. So it looks like we have consensus. That is exciting.
Yeah.
So bam. So I mean, as far as like moving forward on this, like we need to take a 5-minute break, but we certainly could consider in general for the multimedia that, you know, we're going to be building a model where we try to focus on how we act as human beings and then describe and share that on social media, as opposed to allowing social media algorithms to change our behavior and present something that's not how we actually experience ourselves. So it's going to constrain what we can and can't do on social media, and basically we're trying to avoid changing our own behavior for the purpose of, you know, getting better ad placements and social media recognition from their algorithms, right? So that's like one of our goals with our public interaction, is being transparent, publicly accountable as our focus, and making sure that we are being true to who we are, as opposed to trying to manipulate behaviors of ourselves and other people. And then from there, as our policies, let's just make sure when we're doing this, like what I would want to do for LinkedIn is basically sit down with anyone who's interested, go over LinkedIn, look at all the options for how we can set up, you know, our business profile and presentation. And then we could get started on it slowly, but we want to do it carefully, understand the security, understanding the login procedures and how it's related to, and obviously that would start with the TV team, myself, and whoever is interested. We could even do that tomorrow during our
Yeah, I would love to do that.
Yeah.
I would love to do that.
But let's take it slow, you know, just like one step at a time. We don't want to rush with it. We want to set it all up correctly.
Yeah.
All right, so I think that is it on the multimedia plan. Obviously, we could spend more time on it, but we could also just move on and take a 5-minute break and then come back and focus on the budget.
Right. So maybe the policy. Do we want to focus on the other policy that we want us to make a proposal?
I mean, we can, but it's not necessary. I mean, we have understanding on the policies, so if we want to put more time on the policies, we certainly can. I don't know if that's necessarily our number one top priority right now. Our number one priority was just understanding our plan for the social media and how we wanted to move forward with it. And so now we know that, right?
Yeah, I think we have clarity. Absolutely, finally. I'm glad.
So maybe tomorrow, when we're actually working on setting up the social media, we could go over the policies.
Okay.
I feel like we already voted on one of the policies, which was
one.
The policy on our public interactions, and what our overall policy is. Yeah, so yeah, we voted on this, and we have approval of our basically multimedia social systems for interaction with platforms in the public. So we have a clear overall relationship with social media and how we want to engage. And so now it's just a matter of our policies on how we set up accounts and all that. So if we do that together, we can kind of build the policy while we're going through it, and then we can vote on it next week or the week after. Whatever.
Perfect. Okay. Sounds like a great plan. Okay.
Yeah, but obviously the primary key here is that I think we still have clarity that there's 3 different types of social media accounts. There's the external social media, that's a primary like personal and other external accounts. Then you have the unofficial social media, which can be, you know, worker accounts, you know, unofficial org accounts and other types of accounts within our business network and the profit network. And then from there, or our social network, right? And then the official social accounts would be representing everybody collectively. So in the context of creating an official account, that's our focus. So we're going through the policies on how to create an official, in this case, LinkedIn account. And we're going to set that up as a very clear process, knowing that there are also unofficial accounts and external accounts, but we're not going to focus on that for tomorrow. Okay?
Yeah, exactly. We're focusing on the official.
Awesome. All right, so I think we're good on that. So I'd say we take a 5-minute break at this point, unless there's any other questions on the multimedia planning.
Yeah, perfect.
All right,
5-minute break.
5-minute break, and then when we come back, we will jump into the budget.
Okay.
Awesome.